Hey guys, today I'll be showing you one of the tools that we have built for social media management using Codex. But today we'll be focusing more on the actual workflow of the app that we built on ChatGPT Codex. Based on a workflow, based on the content we've built, we're not focusing on the actual content creation automation itself. This is purely just inputting the schedule link of each of the posts depending on the day, the time, the weeks, and then we see how the results go from there. Now, what I think the problem for a lot of businesses who try to do social media, who attempts to do social media, number one, they have a lot of issues with cost because hiring agencies can be very expensive. Number two, their content might not be perfect, but sometimes you don't really need perfect content, you see. Sometimes you just need some kind of awareness program out there to tell people, look, we're doing this, but we have other things as well. So this particular experiment we did is to see how we can use memes and also repeated content we have done in the past, and what are some of the variables of testing that I myself has scheduled in this particular trial. From there we can summarize all the different results, potential fallbacks, and optimization in the future. Because as much as people don't accept it, social media has some kind of strategy on how you operate marketing or operate an awareness campaign, right? So lo and behold, this is the app that we built. We just call it a social media poster. It's nothing fancy. um, when you guys build it, you need to be able to find what are the API operators that you need in order to post on social media in automation. Now, there are one of them being the approved Meta partners is actually called Blotato. If you can look up, it says Blotato. So this is one of the API keys that you can use. Just read it a little bit. So essentially, you just use the API. You pay. So Martin, the pricing is like 100 ringgit, 80 ringgit, something like that. So it's cheap. It's nothing. Costs nothing. Now, the reason why we do this is because you cannot post on social media without having something approved unless you're using a different method. You can actually build an AI agent using one computer and ask that AI agent to put certain posts within certain time, but you have to instruct, and it's a very different method to do. Okay, we're not going to dive into that, which is not free as well, because you have to keep connected the DeepSeek API key and also ensure that the testing is smooth. Because when you build this app, sometimes Codex, Cloud Code, sometimes they have a little bugs here and there. So you always have to trial and error until you find a really perfect fit, and then you trial run it for the next 1 week, and then we see how we go from there. Because you cannot say an app is good unless you've tried it yourself, right? So going back to the social media poster, once you already have the API, you guys can read about it, how to connect it, etc. And you definitely need a coding agent in your IDE. Okay, so I chose Codex because it's pretty good. Been using it for months, using it for about 3-4 months now. Now these are all our content that we have created for the past 2-3 years. They are very old. Some of them are about 4 years, I think. This podcast that we did was like 2 years ago. Some of these posts are here. Now, essentially, these are the actual local drive that we have in our computer that we put inside a local drive. And then you can see, if I can show you. So this is my local drive. You can see a social media poster if I can find it. Oh yeah, there it is. Okay. probably not in here. Oh yeah, SM content. So they are segregated by brands. Okay, this is our agency. This is the laundry services. So you just put your content in there. Just chunk all your different contents in there. Like you see, we have a bunch. Like we have this, we have carousel, we have videos, we have memes videos, memes images, podcast. That's why you can see it in the front end, okay? Because we actually store it locally. Right. So this is strategy number one. Put everything, your content, in a local folder. Ask Codex to route it, and then so that you can find where your Codex is. I mean where your content is, so that you can schedule it. So your next step is to, for example, if let's say I log into my brand. Oh, sorry. Before that, you need to be able to connect all your brands. Okay, we're not going to show how to actually build this app because that's going to take a long time. We're just going to show you an idea so that you have some kind of idea how you're going to build your app if you do have Cloud Code and Codex. So when you connect Blotato, when you pay for it, you have to pay for the tier. I think it's at 80 ringgit, something like that. It's very cheap. Then you have to log in into your social media account. Okay. For example, if let's say so I log into my like for example, this is Blackstone Intelligence. Okay. So I log into my account. Okay. So when you log in and then you go into your app, okay, you go into your app and say connect. Just tell Codex I connect to my app, blah, blah, blah. And you actually have to do the connection via this as well. Okay, sorry, the connection is actually done in the Blotato website itself. Okay, so you connect. You log in. You log into all your social media profiles, Threads, Instagram. I don't have to show you. You guys should know how to do this. Log into your accounts. Go to Blotato. Connect all your accounts. Logged in. And then from there, you just tell Codex, you say, okay, I've connected to all my accounts, and then you just connect itself. Now, the reason why I did this is because there are certain campaigns that I want active. There are certain campaigns I don't want to activate yet. Because, for example, if I'm doing Blackstone Intelligence, I don't want to enable my Sinas Radar. I just want to enable my Blackstone Intelligence, which is why you have this function here. So that you can enable it, so that you can post all your content one go. So our strategy when we run the test is once you already have your content, for example, if I go this, I filter it, yeah, use, unused. So I just show you for the sake of showing you. This is the local content, the memes. Okay, some social media profiles, for example, Pinterest, they need some kind of like warm up. I don't know what that means. So warm up is kind of like you wait for 2 weeks or 3 weeks or something like that, and then after that you can start posting, which is strange. Okay. The next thing also for Twitter X, we recently got banned from X because of the repeated captions that we got. Because we during that time I tested is I use the same captions for every video because I'm lazy, you see. There's ways you can do automation for that, but I rather not ask the AI to do it. I prefer if I manually type the captions for each videos. Okay. So I recently got banned, so I'm just going to disable this. And then Blue Sky, there's something wrong with Blue Sky. I do not know why. I might have to relog into the account again. But if you go here, so essentially all you have to do is just type participant. So assuming that this is your what do you call this, captions, and then you also have to ensure that you put video title for your YouTube. Okay, next you can just schedule it like this. So let's say I want to schedule it I don't know, 10 a.m 10 p.m, whatever, it's up to you. So and then you just click over here, right, schedule review post. I'm not going to click it yet because I don't want to disturb my campaigns. But if you look at my calendar, I have a few that I am scheduling next in 12 p.m. Okay, and then I'm going to schedule more after this once I'm done with the video. Yes, so once you've done that, Then you run your experiment and you see the analytics. This is not real, these are all just made up. um, but let me show you the test that we did. Think if I can show you my Instagram. So Instagram, you go here. Oh yeah, you go to dashboard. Oops, what happened? Okay. I don't think you can see the analytics here. Yeah, so essentially there are insights. Yeah, okay, 15,000 views. So if you look at the interaction, views, content, I think the previous one was August 4th, which was, if I go month, August 4th. Huh. Okay. Strange. It's probably one of these content. I cannot remember. Yeah. So one of these content. This is what we posted. Um, yeah. So these are the metrics that you get. So 2,000 views, 400 interactions. I don't know how many likes. Yeah, it's like, you know, um, 282 likes, no comments, shares, and then saves. Okay, because I can assure you, if your content is uninteresting and not funny, it's hard for you to breach on social media. So there must be a way that it can be easy enough. So we just use memes because we just run this test uh, into our own social profile, and then we want to see what the experiment, the results of the experiment. So far, people like memes, see, because social media is such a short-lived attention span kind of like engine. So if you can get people's attention from the start, that's where it's best, right? So yeah, this is 10,000 views. So essentially, uh, I just posted this yesterday as well. So this is 3,000 views. It's the same thing. It's the same piece of content. Yeah, so 76 likes, interactions, and views. As compared to the more original stuff that we did, um, which are not breaching any in the thousands, you see. So this is one way that you can use if you're not willing to pay for ads. Okay, um, there must be a better and smarter and more organic way to do things. So that's why a lot of ads, they combine memes and then they combine the real videos at the same time. Okay, so at least in this experiment, you can see there's a very positive traction to this. So we're gonna keep doing this until we see how sustainable this strategy can be. Then we see follower growth, then we can see engagement for the account, and then eventually the algorithm will start to favor our account organically. Okay, because to grow organically without spending um, creative tokens or using what do you call this? Using AI to create it, because the tokens for Midjourney and Seedance can be very expensive. It's okay if you do 1 or 2 videos, but if you're doing like, 100 videos or 50 videos, that's going to be very tough. And no one really has the time to do so much marketing. Okay, so it, this is kind of like our way to find what is the most optimal and cheapest way to do things. And then it can be sustainable, it can be repeated over time. So number one, memes. Number two, you can use your old videos in tandem, so you can work together. Okay, so yeah, and then you can start to post, and then you can just schedule it, and then you see how we go from there. Okay, the only way to find out how it works is to test and trial it. There's no avoid people that keep saying this strategy works, that strategy works. Let them show to you how it works. We're actually showing you how we use AI to automate all this mundane task, because the memes can only take about maybe 1 hour to an hour of work just to get the video, edit it, or maybe much less than that, I'm not sure. But essentially, this idea of creating unique content is false. You have to create engaging content. Of course, unique content helps your brand. Yes, it helps your brand. It helps people remember you, who you are. But there has to be some kind of balance between um, creating more engagement and awareness, and then slowly building your brand up. Because I think that's kind of like our approach on doing this. So yeah, I hope that helps to give you some kind of idea how you're going to manage your business, how you're going to manage your social media marketing without spending too much money on agencies and ads and stuff like that. Yeah, so if you need any other strategies on how to automate all these things, how to build apps, prompts, um, yeah, just contact us on our website, and we'll see how we go from there. Okay, thank you.